Hi, and welcome to Cooking with John. Oh boy, today we're gonna make something really good, man. You know how much I like peanut butter and chocolate. And I know how much you guys like peanut butter and chocolate too, right? Okay, so we're gonna do something real special with peanut butter and chocolate.
It's Cooking with John.
The first thing we have to do is we have to break up some chocolate. I got several things here. I'm going to do all of these at least. I'm going to carefully put this into smaller pieces. We need to melt it. It's supposed to be semi-sweet.
Chocolatey.
It's like just as sweet as chocolate chips. This is going to take a minute to do all this. The reason I'm busting this up is because it'll just help it melt faster. You got to be careful melting chocolate. You don't want to burn it. I'm going to be using this homemade contraption. Basically, I'm going to put some water in here, and then I'm going to put this dish on top, and it will be a double boiler. You do not want to get any moisture in the chocolate. So what this is going to do too is the steam is going to go off the sides, and the inside will be safe from the moisture. So as I cut this chocolate, I'm going to collecting it into this dish. Okay, the chocolate's ready to melt, but I'm not going to start that yet because we got something else that's going to take a lot more time to do. We'll start melting the chocolate at the right time. Did I even mention what we're doing? I'm making peanut butter cookies. I'm going to dip the tops in chocolate. It's going to be awesome, man. I had 2 sticks of butter sitting around getting warm. So now we need those 2 genuine chicken eggs. Genuine chicken eggs. Not seagull eggs. We'll whip the eggs and butter together. Okay, that's nice and smooth. Now we need 1 level dry cup of sugar and 1 packed cup of brown sugar, and we need a whole cup of peanut butter. This is always the fun part. Fill the cup up, make sure there's no air bubbles, smash it down, kind of like that. Okay, and so I'm going to take this spatula, clean off this spoon, and then I'm going to take, good, there's a spoon I don't have to wash. Maybe I do. And this goes in the bowl. And that's why you use a spatula. Now, still got a couple more things got to go in here. We need a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking powder, level. That's why they have that flat part on the top, so you can level out your measurement. And we need a teaspoon of baking soda. There we go. That's good. So we got all this stuff in the bowl, and I'm going to mix that up good. Okay, I got to scrape me down the sides of this here bowl because there's stuff sticking all over the sides. I'll get me a more efficient scraping spatula for this job because it's such a big bowl. So you see how I've done that, and you see why? See those areas that wasn't mixed up quite yet? Okay, that's what I got to do. There's a little bit of butter and some powdery things in there that didn't get mixed up. So, okay, let's continue. Did you notice I did that left-handed? I am ambidextrous. Okay, the last thing we got to add is flour. I need 5 of these. 5 of these leveled out. Okay, let's start doing the flour thing. I'll start with 1/2 cup. Okay, I want to scrape the bowl down one more time. And make sure that everything is... Yeah, that looks good. That's fine. Okay, here's what we got. That's some peanut butter cookie dough. Okay, this is going to be tedious. I'm rolling these into about that big of pieces. And I'm probably only going to be able to get about a dozen on this pan. Looks like I'm going to be in a lot of pans. I'm not going to make you sit around and watch all this. So I'll continue doing this. I'll see you back in just a second.
1 second later.
Okay, we got one pan ready. Almost. Still one more thing I got to do. How do you like that? Bet you never saw anybody do that before. Okay, looks like that other pan was the big pan. This is the small pan here. But that was fun. Let's do that again. Okay, looks like I'm going to have a lot of cookies to make. Look at what I still got left. So I'm not even going to bother melting the chocolate yet. So the plan has changed. I'm going to bake off all the cookies and let them cool down, and then we will go ahead and proceed to do the chocolate part. So, okay, set the oven for 375 and bake these at 10 minutes. I'll let that get warm for a couple minutes, and then I'll pop these in the oven. Okay, the first batch of cookies is done. Oh, wow, they expanded a lot. That small pan doesn't accommodate them as well. We got to get these out and let them cool. They have to cool before I can move them, because stuff fresh out of the oven like this is very tender. So you don't want to move them until they are cool. That's why I set them on the stove racks, which is perfect because there's airspace underneath to let this stuff cool off. All right, got to wait for a while. Look at these cookies. Can you believe it? Are they not beautiful? Man, I got almost 5 dozen cookies out of this recipe. There's one more rack in the oven, and it's baking now. So we're going to start working on the chocolate. Now, I already put water in this a while ago, and it's been sitting up here with the chocolate in the dish. And look, you can see the chocolate's already getting soft because it was hot on top of that stove. So, okay, we'll put the dish back in here, and we're going to start stirring on it. So my original intention was to actually flip these cookies over and dip them, but that's not going to happen. That's just that would be too ridiculous. So I'm going to just distribute chocolate on them with a spoon. So that would be just as good. So, all right, I got to get the stirring on the stove. Let's see. Well, it's beginning to get soft, but it's got a ways to go yet. It takes a while to melt chocolate. I can't believe how beautiful these cookies came out, man. Can you believe I beat them with a meat tenderizer? Worked perfect. Did not stick. Look, there's no residue. I'm gonna wash it. I've never used this to tenderize meat yet, by the way, but because I just bought it because I figured I'd use it eventually, and so that's perfect. It's so much easier than using a fork and going smash, 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 smash with the flour and all that stuff. So there's a nice little shortcut tip for y'all. Use a meat tenderizer when you're making your peanut butter cookies. Okay, this chocolate's getting smooth. So, but I want to make sure it's hot enough to be able to manipulate it well. The cookies are ready to come out. I'm going to shut the oven off. Okay, that's the last batch. Set them out to cool. I think this is ready. Boy, timing is something. Just right. Yeah, this is nice and smooth now. Okay, we can get started. So the first thing I have to do is carefully move this over to the table with the hot water too, because we're going to make sure the chocolate stays warm while we're doing this. All right, let's take a cookie and we'll smear some chocolate on it like this. Well, this is going to take a while. Oh, it's going to be so good. Look at that. Yeah. The mold. It's not going to take a lot of chocolate. I'm just going to put like a thin coat on top. And that way you can still see the pattern underneath. See? Like little chocolate waffles. Oh yeah, this is working nice. Okay, this is going to take a minute. Can you believe this? These are going to be the best cookies in the world, man. I should enter these in a competition. But these are not ready until the chocolate has solidified. I want that chocolate to be hard. You know what? This is going to be a rough show to edit because there's so many steps involved. And I lost some footage and I had to actually recreate some footage. So there's some false things going on that you think are real, but I'm not going to tell you what they are. That would ruin the magic. So there's just a couple situations where I recreated stuff because it was already done and I had to do it again. But I'm sneaky like that. I can do that. Well, I mean, I've been doing filmmaking long enough to learn a few tricks with what I've got. I don't have a lot to work with. I'm not meant to Hollywood, but half the fun of making these films, you know, learning the tricks and stuff, is figuring out how to do it. Figuring out, how am I going to do that? How am I going to make that happen on the camera? That's half the fun of doing this. Oh boy, there's the first batch. Don't they look good? Ooh-wee. Okay, well, I'm not going to bore you with trying to go through all these like this. So I'm going to finish these off, and then we'll come back and we'll do the taste, and then I'll finish off the show. So I'll see you back in just a little bit here. Well, I got cookies all over the place. I got these 2 pan loads of chocolate covered, and I ran out of chocolate, but I still got some of these left too. And I still got the last pan that came out still cooling off over there. But it's okay because I like peanut butter cookies, regular peanut butter cookies, chocolate covered peanut butter cookies too. Okay, it's time to try the cookies. Now, it's been a hot day. I put the cookies into the refrigerator. So beautiful. Look at that cookie. Oh, man. And we got the plain ones too. So we got the regular peanut butter cookies and the chocolate peanut butter cookies. Are they awesome or what? Okay. Can't do this without some milk. I just mixed me up a gallon. Oh, can I have a little milk to go with these cookies? Okay. Here we go. Oh, man, these are good, man. Wow. This is the ultimate cookie. And they're perfect. They're not chewy. I don't like chewy cookies, but they're not crackly. They're just right. They're in between the crunch and, you know, a delicate crunch. And the chocolate, oh my goodness, you would not believe. Nothing like a good glass of milk to wash it down. Then here's the regular peanut butter cookie. I still can't believe that I hit these with a meat tenderizer, man. Oh, beautiful. And these are delightful as well. Beautiful batch of cookies. I can't believe I got so many of them, man. I'll end up with almost 5 dozen cookies. Okay. That's it. I hope you enjoyed these. I hope you try them. And I hope you got a meat tenderizer, because that's going to help. It's really so much easier than using a fork. Like and subscribe. It's free, you know. And share me with your friends. I think they'll enjoy it. And come back and see me again. Bye.